Huzzah!
Hoo ha!
This is a big, we did,
Only a couple movies this week, but we got some big ones in
Yeah,
there.
it's the big ones. The point I was trying to get at is,
Some big ones.
it was only about a week ago that we did a video.
But look at that, we're doing another one.
Because we're leaving for a week starting, well, you're leaving tomorrow for California, and then we're picking you up, and then we're going to Florida, so we're going to be gone for like a week and a half, so we had to do it.
Yes.
But we saw a couple movies. First one we saw was Yellow Brick Road.
Yes. I don't know who was in it or who wrote it. Or
Yellow Brick Road is one of those films that if you've noticed at your like at certain Lowe's theaters, Bloody Disgusting and Lowe's have like teamed up for once a month.
They do
to
a new
show
horror
like
movie, yeah.
a film or something. So
This,
we went
the
to this one.
yeah. Yellow
Basically,
Brick Road.
there's the very general plot of Yellow Brick Road is it's about a group of people who are taking a trail that people took like
years, like
years
50s
and
ago,
yeah,
or
like
something like that.
60 years ago, and the whole town disappeared and were slaughtered and died and all. So they want to take this trail.
They want to take those seats.
And it basically that's the plot. And as they take the trail, they start going crazy.
Yes.
And
Interestingly crazy.
the
too.
cinematography's pretty good. It's definitely a low budget film.
Yes. The acting's not.
But the story kind of goes nowhere.
Yeah.
It's got some
really
good
does.
parts, but it really drags. Pacing is a big problem.
Yeah, for like in a movie that was like an hour and 45 minutes where just really nothing happens.
Yeah.
And the ending was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Take your
So
seats,
overall, for me, maybe like two and a half.
I give it
Out of
2
5?
out of 5. 'Cause
Oh,
I'm back to the stalls.
you're back to the numbers.
So much negative feedback about these letters.
You didn't know your own rating system.
I knew
so
it enough to approve it.
so anyway.
Yes.
Then we went and did a double feature one night.
Ooh.
We had to go down to Bethesda,
It was worth it.
which is about an hour from us,
Yes.
to the local Landmark Theater. Although it's coming in town this week, but we couldn't see it because you were going to be out of town. But it's probably, they're limited release films. The first one, of course, we'll talk about is Midnight in Paris,
Woody Allen's new film.
which is Woody Allen's new film. I didn't see his last one. What was the last one called?
You Will Meet a Tall, Dark Stranger.
And that was with Anthony Hopkins? And
Yeah, Antonio Banderas.
Okay. I didn't see
Banderas.
that. But I did see the one before that, Whatever Works,
That was good.
with Larry David. But
one's
this one's Owen Wilson.
Yeah. Owen Wilson, Rachel McAdams,
Mm-hmm.
Adrian Brody.
I think you have to go into this film knowing French history in the 1920s.
Yes. It
Uh,
will help a lot knowing that.
without ruining too much about what this plot is, Owen Wilson is a writer that is in love with Paris.
Yeah.
He is nostalgic about Paris, wishes he grew up in the 1920s with Pablo Picasso and Ernest Hemingway and all. And
Scott Fitzgerald, all
Rachel
these-
McAdams is his
wife, or
wife-to-be, fiancée, and she's not all about Paris.
Yes.
And without giving even more away, the general plot is he somehow travels back to 1920s
Yes.
France. And
I realized I said yes.
Yes.
A lot.
yes.
Yes.
Well, continue. You're a big Woody Allen fan, more
I
so
am,
than I am.
and I think I like this movie more than you because I enjoy Woody Allen dialogue and the character of Woody Allen, which is the main character in all of his movies.
That's a problem I have, is that every movie that Woody Allen does, the main character, since Woody
Woody
Allen
Allen.
is too old to play Woody Allen's characters anymore, he gets actors to just basically mimic him. Larry
Yes.
David did it to a T, and now Owen Wilson did it.
Yes, and I like
I
that.
wish I could do a good Woody Allen because,
Yeah.
but he's like, I don't know, it's very neurotic, and he's like, yeah, maybe I could...
Very Jewish.
very Jewish.
Very
Overall, though, even though I don't like Woody Allen movies
It was
per
good.
se, it was a good movie. I wish I went into it knowing more about French history because there was a lot of jokes that just went over my
I feel
head.
like by the time it comes out, I want to read up on it, watch
Yeah.
it again. I'll be like,
'Cause
I
they would,
probably
like,
get more jokes.
reference
that they-
artists and
Like
authors
events
and all
and
and stuff
stuff.
during that, and the audience would be laughing, and I was like, huh?
Well, half the time we were just like, wait, who?
What?
Well,
Yeah.
There are some like laughs that are not based on that I thought were pretty
Yeah.
funny. And it was just an enjoyable movie, short.
So I think mine is a 3.5.
I'll give it a 4 out of 5 because I tried watching his last movie and I couldn't get into it at all.
Okay. That same night, we saw Terrence Malick's
Tree
Tree
of
of Life. Terrence Malick, as you might know, we were talking. In the last review, we were looking
Yeah.
forward to seeing this. He doesn't do a movie often. Every couple
No, he did
decades.
Badlands and Days of Heaven, and then did nothing for like 20 years.
And he did Thin Red Line and The New
And,
World.
Yeah, which I haven't seen The New World or Badlands,
Or Badlands, yeah.
or in only parts of Days of Heaven. I have seen Thin Red Line though, and that's
But-
a really good movie.
So you kind of, some of those movies you got to kind of go into knowing, like,
What you're gonna get
what
into.
you're getting into.
And I think the trailer for Tree of Life was a decent representation of what you're gonna get into.
Because they didn't tell you.
Yeah, but not to the extent of what the movie was.
It's 2 hours and 20 minutes long. The best way to summarize it is it's about a family in the 1950s that were basically growing up in the 1950s.
Yeah, like.
But you're prefaced with the information that one of the children dies later on when he's 19 in a war.
Right.
But
and,
we're not given anything else other than that.
Yeah, there's that, and then there's that storyline, and then there's the storyline which is
Sean Penn in the future.
well, there's that, and then there's the creation of the universe.
Yeah, that. Well, I was gonna say
and
that
Earth, and then
this movie,
dinosaurs.
without sounding mean, is
extremely,
extremely pretentious. It's extremely. If you're not in the mood for an art house film, don't see it because there is about
half of it isn't an art house film though. The actual growing up.
But the butt ends of the art house film, the 20-minute segments of just operatic singing with colors flashing
and whispers from characters
and whispers about religion and all, like, I really enjoyed the narrative part of it. I thought
very good.
The cinematography,
Oh God,
amazing.
Yeah.
And seeing it on the big screen, on a good screen. I wouldn't go to some cheap art house theater, but seeing it on the big screen just for the picture quality and the scenery and the setting,
incredible.
amazing. But the
And-
overall feeling of the movie,
Yeah.
it didn't pluck any heartstrings with me because I didn't grow up in the 1950s and I'm not an overly religious person and I didn't lose a loved one in the war or any of these,
Right.
And I think maybe some people it'll resonate with and they'll question. We've heard people question their lives. What does it all mean?
Yeah.
None of it in it made me question my life because I
No.
couldn't relate.
And a Brad Pitt is really good.
A Brad Pitt.
a Brad Pitt. A Brad Pitt.
A Brad Pitt, excellent job. Sean
Yes.
Penn's okay.
Sean Penn doesn't have much to do, but
Yeah, he's not very. The kids are really good though.
Yeah, they're all not actors. They were just kids. So they were pretty.
They were just kids. They weren't actors, even though they're actors in the film.
They never acted before.
Okay.
Let's throw that
I
out there.
gotcha.
I had something I was going to say. I do really like the narrative part of it. I thought that was really good.
Overall,
I had something. I
it's
lost
tough to rate this one.
I
want to say it's like a 2.5 to a 3. Like I half hated it, half loved it.
I'm a little higher. I'm gonna say a 3.5.
Just for the cinematography.
The cinematography, that actual narrative part, I really, really liked. I feel bad in a way for like saying it's a bad movie because like technically it's not. Like I can't just say, oh, it's terrible. It sucks.
If you cut some of the art house stuff out, maybe it would be more enjoyable.
It feels like a movie Malick has wanted to make for years.
Oh,
and finally got a chance to do it.
Going within that, like the cinematography and the shots, like they were all over the world. Underwater shots, rainforest shots, waterfalls, space, cosmos. That stuff is probably CG and all, but I'm saying
like actual
like the amount of time that went behind this.
Yeah.
That's why I said I don't want to hate it. Half of me loves it, and the effort loved it. I just didn't love it. You know what I mean?
It doesn't affect me about Malick at all. I'll see his next movie when it comes out, and the one apparently he's working on now too.
Yeah.
He's got 2 movies coming out soon.
So that's ours for that. Okay. Was there 2 more films we saw?
Oh yeah, we saw Just Go With It.
Just Go With It.
Adam Sandler's
That
new
just
one.
came out on DVD and
Yes.
Blu-ray.
We
So
both
that was in
watched.
theaters. I didn't see it in theaters. It looked like one of those cheesy, lately like bedtime story, like
It looked like a cheesy Adam Sandler romantic
comedy,
crap.
but not good comedy. Not like 50 First Dates or anything like that. That's
Yeah.
not hardcore like his old stuff, but it's still funny. However,
It is like 50 First Dates.
it kind of is like 50
It
First
was
Dates.
pretty decent.
It had good cameos in it from the Happy Happy Madison productions that you're used to seeing. There's good cameos by like Kevin Nealon and Nicole Kidman,
Dave Matthews.
and Dave Matthews.
They weren't even cameos.
the story's
they had,
not-
like good
Yeah.
supporting roles in it.
The story's not the best, but it's about Adam
you,
Sandler.
and you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, Adam Sandler accidentally after like going through an almost marriage and walking into a bar with his soon-to-be wife's wedding ring or
Right.
whatever on his finger, finds out that girls go after men who have wedding rings, so he uses this fake wedding ring throughout his life to get women, and then finally he meets a woman, and she finds the wedding ring, and he has to convince her that he's not really married, but then he's getting divorced, and so that's where Jennifer Aniston, his assistant, because he's a plastic surgeon, for whatever funny reasons.
The eyebrow.
Yeah. They and from there, like, Jennifer Aniston's in on it to try to, you know, help him out to get this girl, and the lies on top of lies are where the comedy lies.
Yes.
And
Nick Swartzen.
Nick Swartzen's
This
in
is
it.
cousin.
He's really funny in it.
Very funny.
And
Dolph Lundgren.
I just thought a lot of it was
Not the actor Dolph Lundgren, but his character name
goes
is
by the name Dolph
Dolph
Lundgren. But it's just it's funny. It's not as tame as you would think.
No.
But it's not hardcore. It doesn't rely on sight gags or anything like that.
It's not Happy Gilmore.
No. But I was fine with this because it wasn't bedtime stories. It wasn't, what was that last one?
Chuck and Larry, Grown Ups.
Yeah, it wasn't Grown Ups. I wanted to like
was
Grown Ups, but it was just goofy. It wasn't funny.
It was more of a kids movie than it should have been. And I mean, it's bad to think that, but the Kevin James part was written for Chris Farley.
Chris Farley, yeah.
That had
So,
to be Chris Farley.
I can't say it's like a brilliant movie. So on my scale here, you might think I'm rating because I'm saying I enjoyed it a lot. I'm giving it a 3.5 out of 5.
I'm giving it a 3.
Because if I give something like a 4 or 4.5 or 5, like
It's an Adam Sandler
it's hard
movie.
to rate these things.
It's
but
a decent, recent Adam Sandler movie.
recent Adam Sandler movie. Ba-ba-ba.
Yeah.
Alright, going with that, the big movie that we've been kind of waiting for, besides what we'll talk about comes out next week and the week after and all that.
Yes.
But what comes out this week on the... I think, actually, I heard in select theaters that it's selling out so much for the 10th of June that they're opening it up in select theaters for the 9th.
Just
tomorrow.
for the just
Not midnight, like probably like 8 p.m. shows, how they do
yeah,
some
they've done
movies
that
and
before.
stuff. But we are talking, of course, about J.J. Abrams' Super 8.
I jumped the gun.
You jumped it.
Maybe I was trying to say Steven Spielberg produced.
Steven Spielberg produced.
Steven Spielberg feeling
Yes.
very much.
I'm sure you've seen, and we've talked about it in the past, and you've seen the trailers for it.
Yes.
But it has the feel. I mean, it takes place in the 80s, but it has the feel of a
1979.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Did it give a preface of a date or anything?
I remember them mentioning it.
Because I could have sworn one of the news reports on the TV was something from the early 80s.
It was either had to be early.
Yeah, wait a
80s.
minute. What are you talking about? 1979. There's a Blondie song in it.
Okay.
It's 1980s.
I swear I heard 79.
1980s.
All right, I agree with you. I thought I heard 79.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, there's a Halloween poster up in the kids' room.
Yeah, that came out in 79. So
That was 78.
78.
Do you have it?
I do. Keep talking about it.
All right, so Super 8 is it's J.J. Abrams' new movie. It's about a group of kids who like to make Super 8 movies, or movies on a Super 8 camera, and they're making a zombie movie. And while they're filming one night, there's this
1978. Good job.
ooh, there's this crazy
Ooh. It's my hologram.
ooh. I have the Blu-ray and the extended one on DVD.
Shut your mouth.
Oh fuck you, though. Oh, and there's this crazy train crash, and something gets out of the train. But that train sequence was amazing.
You know, and I heard that the train sequence was actually cut down because J.J. Abrams' wife said, because she gives him advice on his movies and all that, she was like, come on, cut it down, it's a little too long. And they still felt, I could have watched another, 2 minutes of train crashing, because that train crashing scene was awesome.
Awesome train. I'll set it up, just...
Somebody told me that this movie, and I think they put it relatively in good terms, that this is basically E.T. meets The Goonies meets Stand By Me, anything with those a mainly younger crowd focused film.
Really, I really felt Goonie references with the fat kid just saying shit the whole time.
Yeah.
I was just like, it's the Goonies, but there's an alien and crazy stuff.
Basically kids that are young that are put in kind of adult situations. And I was worried that the adults were going to become his father and all were going to become some of the main focus, but honestly.
No.
The adults were the supporting, and all of the kids were the leads.
And they were all really good.
Especially the girl.
Elle Fanning.
That was Elle Fanning, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, because she was in Somewhere that I talked about recently. Her performance.
When she does her actual acting scene, I was like,
yeah.
wow.
Screw Dakota Fanning.
I'm all
Elle
about her.
Fanning
Yeah.
is 10 times better actress. I hate Dakota Fanning.
Yeah.
And Elle Fanning, like,
Her-
I was watching that movie and I was like, this girl needs to be in more things.
Yeah, she's
She
great.
probably learned from her sister's mistakes.
Yeah.
Uptown Girls and Push. Oh, crap.
Push.
Oh, and the Twilight movies. The new trailer for Breaking Dawn.
Break this bed. You get me this ladder.
Take my shirt off. I'm gonna run in the rain.
I'm gonna roll out of my windshield. Where you going, boy?
Oh,
Back to Good Babies.
Super 8. I don't want to ruin it. Go into it. You said you had some problems with the soundtrack.
Not too much. I just felt like sometimes that was just sometimes the score felt a little overwhelming in some scenes. I still love the score.
I think it was really well done.
It sounded like a
Just
Williams '80s score.
Everything. I want to see it again. I think it was.
I do.
It was
I
a
think
great film.
I think I'll like it more a second time too.
Mhm.
I feel like I'll notice more things, kind of like with Cloverfield.
Totally
where you
felt like a
noodle.
1980s film,
You'll-
and like
yeah.
even though it's got CG in it, like the monster or whatever the
It's
creature,
great because it is like those movies where you don't see much.
you
of the
really
monster.
don't, and it's
Even
not,
when you actually see it, you still don't see much.
and it's enough.
It is. It's enough.
enough.
It's a cool looking monster. It's
Yeah.
creepy looking. There's decent like scares in it. And
Mm-hmm.
just awesome. Great movie.
All right. Well, my review for that would be a 4.5 out of 5.
I'm
I
right
absolutely loved it.
Right there with you.
I just loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Like maybe some of the pacing and some of the points might have slowed down a bit to keep it from a 5 for me, but overall,
I feel like that was just more part of the feel.
yeah,
of it.
I just it's
'Cause-
great. It was just
yeah.
great overall. Next week,
Green
we
Lantern.
will be seeing Green Lantern in Florida at a
Ooh.
midnight showing, more than likely.
Yes.
And the week after that, and I know July 1st is
Transformers.
Transformers
We'll
because
see
there was a
it.
trailer attached to the movie I saw tonight for that.
Oh really? We didn't have
Yeah.
one.
And
when
there
we
was
saw
a
it.
trailer for the first Avenger or Captain America or whatever.
That's
which
July.
comes out in July.
What's after? Oh, Cars 2.
Cars 2, yeah.
I could care. I have the
We'll see
passes,
it.
and then we'll
We'll see
probably
it.
get a screen. We'll see it, but
But yeah, so next week Green Lantern, and the week after that
Cars 2.
Cars 2, and the week after that
Transformers.
Transformers. But we'll be probably seeing other movies, but we'll try to
Yeah, we
get another
always fill it
review in
in.
about 2 weeks. So check it out then. And until then,
Snake yourself.
this is Super 8 creature! Ah! Are you okay? He's like, I'm confused. I just blew up.
What's going on here?
Alright.
I'm gonna butt your face.
See you later, guys.